A comprehensive understanding of the physical demands of match play is necessary to apply a systematic approach to training and testing protocols. Despite advancements in the understanding of the physical demands of match play in elite male players, limited research currently exists on elite female players. This predominantly reflects the fact that female matches are rarely played in stadiums equipped with semi-automated camera systems. Furthermore, the high financial costs that are associated with other contemporary technologies often prohibit their use in female soccer. A comprehensive positional analysis of the physical demands of elite female match play is necessary to provide applied practitioners working with elite players pertinent information to better inform position-specific training prescription. To quantify the demands of competitive international female match play, physical performance data were collected during the 2011 to 2012 and 2012 to 2013 seasons. A total of 148 individual match observations were undertaken on 107 outfield players with a median of 2 matches per player. Match physical performance data were collected using a computerized semi-automated multi-camera image recognition system. Players were categorized by playing position: central defenders, 25, wide defenders, 28, central midfielders, 31, wide midfielders, 17, and attackers, 16, to determine the influence of playing position on match physical performance. The following activity classifications were used: total distance, walking, jogging, running, high-speed running and sprinting distance. Total high-speed running and total very high-speed running were also studied. The distance covered in all speed classification zones was influenced by playing position. The total distance was greater in central defenders compared with all other playing positions except wide midfielders. Conversely, central defenders completed less total distance compared with all other positions. The total very high-speed running distance was similar between all positions with the exception of central defender who completed the least distance and between central midfielders and wide defenders. Positional differences for running, high-speed running, and sprinting were also apparent. Physical performance was generally similar between wide players and attackers, with no differences observed in total distance, jogging, running, high-speed running or sprinting distances. Both total very high-speed running with team in possession of the ball and the total very high-speed running without team in possession of the ball were differed between positions. The total very high-speed running with team in possession of the ball was greater in attacker and wide midfielders compared with defenders and central midfielders. The total very high-speed running with team in possession of the ball was similar in wide midfielders and central midfielders. However, central defenders completed less total very high-speed running with team in possession of the ball than all other playing positions. The total very high-speed running without team in possession of the ball was greater in central midfielders. The total very high-speed running without team in possession of the ball in central midfielders, compared with all other playing positions except wide defenders. Attackers completed less runs than all other playing positions with moderate to large differences observed. There were no significant differences between playing positions for either the percentage of explosive or leading sprints. However, central midfielders generally completed a greater percentage of explosive sprints compared with wide defenders and attackers. Central midfielders completed a greater proportion of sprints that were explosive compared with leading in nature. The total number of sprints was influenced by playing position. Attackers completed more sprints than defenders but a similar number to wide midfielders. Similar numbers of sprints were also observed between wide defenders and central midfielders. Central defenders completed less sprints than all other playing positions. A similar number of very short sprints were completed by attackers, wide midfielders, and central midfielders with trends for wide defenders to complete less than attackers. Central defenders completed fewer very short sprints compared with all positions. The wide midfielders completed more sprints than central defenders and attackers completed more than both central defenders and central midfielders. Attackers also completed more sprints than central defenders.